Alright, in this video we're going to cover some of the warm-ups and exercises that you would do to prepare your body to be ready to defend yourself with a knife or defend yourself against a knife. First we're going to talk about the warm-up exercises that we'll do. Now, granted, you won't be able to do these exercises every time you're in a situation. Hey, stop! I want to warm up before I do this. I know that's not true, but if you do that, if you do these exercises every day, you will be able to have your body prepared, limber, ready, so that when that situation comes, you'll be prepared. Your body will be able to do it without injury. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is warm up our wrists. We start warming up our wrists, making circles. Just make circles. Just make circles. And the other direction. And the other direction. And back. Now do your fingers in and out. In and out. Twist your arms. Good. Twist your arms. Excellent. Now we're going to do our elbows. Circle your elbows forward, keeping your arms as much steady as you can, and just circle them forward. Circle forward. Okay, now circle backwards. Good. Next, work on your arms, your shoulders. First, we're just going to do shrugs. Bring your arms up, your shoulders up. And then go the other direction. Small circles with your shoulders. Good. Now, you're going to do full circles. Now, when we do full circles, you go forward. Big, slow movement. In the forward motion, we can go a little bit faster. Help lubricate, get the joints lubricated and ready for the movement. Now, when you go backwards, you always want to go slow. There's a point about right here where if you do it fast, you could seriously hurt your shoulders. Slowly do it. Now, with any of these exercises, if you feel pops, pops are natural. Pops are okay. It's pain. You don't want to feel pain. In your wrists, it's common to feel the pops. Elbows, maybe. Pretty common in your shoulders to feel the pops. Okay, so up and back. Slowly forward. You can go a little bit faster. Okay, good. Next thing we're going to do is our neck. Just go look one way, look the other way. One way, the other way. Look up, look down, up, down, up. Good. Okay, now a lot of times you'll see people do circle movements with their neck, and that can be risky. And so I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do is think of a pipe cleaner and how it twists. We want to do that twisting motion with our neck. So think of making a square. So I go forward to the side. I hit that corner. I then go back to the back corner. And then to the other corner in the side. And then the front corner. And just hit those four corners, and pretty soon you'll be able to make it a full fluid motion. And make sure you go both directions. This will help warm up your neck. Okay? Next thing we're going to do is our midsection. First thing I want you to do is just simple twists. You can let your arms just hang loose. And then you can speed this up a little bit. If you feel any kind of pain, slow down. Okay? Next thing is just leaning. You're going to lean to the side. Lean forward a little bit and lean backwards. Okay, now warming up our legs. First thing we're going to do is just jump up and down in place, light jumps. One of the exercises I like to do is a jump forward, jump back exercise. I jump forward and backwards. Good. Okay, now we're going to do side-to-side movement. Okay, just tilt one side and the other. Start slow. This is helping warm up quite a few of the joints. Starting with the ankle, it's warming up the ankle, warming up the knee, warming up the hip. Don't go real deep. Don't go into a stretch. Okay, now practice your stances. Okay, get in your stance that you would be in with the knife. Okay, I keep my knife in the front hand always. It gives me the most reach. If it's in the back hand, I risk the opponent slicing my hand as I hold it out there. It's too high a risk. I'll use it to defend myself, and that's fine. But I don't want to give them that free opportunity to just slice my hand. Okay, so get in your fighting stance. Just kind of rock back and forth, make some movements. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about movements in just a sec. There's two ways to hold the knife. There's the one I showed you, holding it upright. I call this the forward position. This helps give you that added reach for strikes forward, jabs, thrusts. The second is the down position. Now the nice thing about the down position is as you're fighting, it's a little more concealed. You can feel it more easily. And also if you were hit up against the wall, that knife isn't pointing at you. If it's facing the other direction, it's pointing right at you. Or if you fall to the ground, same thing. Okay, so those are two different holds for the knife. Now as you can tell, we did these warm-ups with the wrist. It helps us control the knife. We did the hand movements to help us with our grip. Elbow, there's a lot of movement here at the elbow. Shoulder, there's some demo cuts, some major big cuts that are highly effective, but timing must be right, that utilize the shoulder a lot. Use a lot of power. Not a lot of speed, but a lot of power. So we want to warm up all those. Everything resides or starts from the core, resonates from the core. So your core must be ready, must be warmed up. Footwork, so important. To be able to make those quick movements, very important. Every time you work out, you train with the knife, I recommend that you do some stretches at the end. Stretches help you to recover, and they help prevent injury when you're training. Any kind of exercise program, I highly recommend you add a stretch component or a stretching component. I like to call it the recovery component. So to stretch our wrist, we can stretch both down this way and also this way. This is how it looks. Okay? Make sure you do the same on both sides. And each stretch, I'm going to do it quick, so make sure you hit the pause. But usually you'll want to hold each stretch for about 20 seconds is the ideal. But even just a little bit does help. It does help with the prevention and the recovery. Okay, next we're going to do some shoulder stretching. First we stretch across the body with one arm. Pull it in tight. Now again, with stretches, don't go to where it hurts. Go to where it's just a little bit uncomfortable. You can feel the stretch and hold it right there. You don't want to overstretch, because that could cause injury. We're trying to prevent that with the stretches. Okay? The other side. Good. Now up and push back with the other hand. Okay, now do the other side. Okay. Now our neck. You still want to stretch your neck. You can do the same movements, just pushing a little bit farther to the sides and holding it. Holding it makes the stretch. Up. Even down. You can feel that stretch on your back. Okay. Now we can also stretch to the side. As you try and touch your ear to your shoulder, take the other hand and push down. Slowly push down. You'll feel that stretch across here, and across the lats on the back. Okay, and the other side. And push down. Good stretch. Okay, moving to the core. We do the same movements, but we hold them longer and deeper, as we did with our warm-ups. So, leaning to the side. Lean to the side, go deeper, and hold it. And the other side. Deeper and hold it. And forward. Deeper and hold it. Keep your legs straight. And backwards. When you go backwards, we want to lock our buttocks, our hips in place, lock our knees, and lean back. Okay? To our legs, we do the same movements we did before. Lean to one side and hold it. Stretch to the other side and hold it. Do the same movement, but this time, get the toes to come up off the ground and hold it. If this is an easy stretch for you, either one of these, the next thing you can do is push your knee out. Push your knee back. You can do this on both sides. Both with your toes flat on the ground or with your toes up. Okay? And that's our stretching. Along with the knife, part of the training is that hand-eye coordination. I've got to have targets. What I recommend getting is a bouncy ball and attach a rope to it, hang it from the ceiling. This allows me to have a very small target to thrust at or to slash. So I have something to aim for. Now as we do training with the knife, it's really important to do the visual component. When you visualize in your mind, you imagine the movements, you imagine the attacks. You've got to imagine the area you're striking with each of your movements, the target area of the body, the neck, the armpits, the chest, the stomach, the head, wherever the target area inside the groin. Okay, these areas are your target areas. They're the most effective area where the cuts will be most impactful to your opponent, your attacker. Also, when you're practicing with a knife, it's really important to learn and practice that knife to the ready. When I say knife to the ready, I mean at this moment I don't have a knife ready in my hands. But to go from this moment to this moment is knife to the ready. So when you're picking a knife, that's another thing that's important to look at, is how easy or how quick will I be able to get this knife to a point where it's ready to be used. Quickly in, out, and ready. Okay? Now I'll practice this over and over again. Grab, out, ready. It's not going to be 100% every time. But I always want to do it from the place that I keep it to a ready position where I'm ready to use it. That's what I practice. Now ideally, you want to do it in a way that you can grab without letting go of the knife in any way. Get it to a point where you can use it. Like this is actually I use this knife as a cross draw. So I draw it here, it's already to a point where I can open it. But let's say I was left-handed, this particular style of knife, if I grab it out this way, I have to rotate the knife completely before I can get it ready. I recommend against that. It may be something effective for you, and if it is, make sure you get it into your muscle memory. Do it over and over and over again. So you get that knife to the ready as quick as possible. That time I let it go. It's a muscle memory that I have, but I prefer it this way. So it's ready. I'm in my stance very quickly, very effectively. Now it's easy to say in this situation where I have a lot of room, a lot of area to cover. But what about in situations like in a truck, in a vehicle, in a car, in my office, in my house, in my kitchen? Where is a knife and how quick can I get it to the ready position? Even in your vehicle, you got to think of how you can defend yourself, how you can get your knife to the ready as quickly as possible. Sometimes that may mean keeping a knife in a different place, in the center console, attached under the seat. When I have the seat belt on, it's difficult for me to get to my knives quickly. I still can,
but it's difficult for me to get to them quickly. I got to be aware of that. I've got to train and practice from this area so that when that situation happens, if it happens, I will have a game plan. I'll be ready. Got to have that plan in place, that visualization of those attacks. You got to imagine, what if someone breaks my window? What if someone opens the door? What if a passenger that I've brought with me has attacked me? You've got to think about how you would do that in a car. Practice it, train it. If you don't, when that situation happens, if it happens, you may suffer from frozen fear, where you won't know what to do, and you'll just be a victim. And that's what I hope to avoid for you. Practice. Practice in every place you're going to be.